So guys, today we are going to provide you 5 books that could make you a successful entrepreneur in 2019. This topic is provided to you because many of you were asking for books on entrepreneurship and startup. Many of you asked us about the books entrepreneurs should read, so we decided to provide you the 5 books which could make you an ultra successful entrepreneur in 2019. We all know that readers are leaders, yet we run away from developing the habit of reading. Actually, due to technology, it is not mandatory for you to read a book now because you can always listen a book. I prefer audiobook over reading a book. Thanks to Audible, now most of the books are available in the audio format which we can easily listen while traveling, cooking or even driving. You can join the Audible through the link given below. So, without further ado, here are the 5 books on entrepreneurship. Number 1 is 0 to 1. 0 to 1 is written by Peter Thiel, who is also one of the initial investors of Facebook. When I read this book in 2016, I was astonished by reading the opening lines which go like this. The next Bill Gates will not build an operating system. The next Larry Page or Sergey Brin won't make a search engine. If you are copying these guys, you aren't learning from them. It's easier to copy a model than to make something new. Every new creation goes from 0 to 1. This book is about how to get there. You would learn from this book how to disrupt a sector and not doing what everyone else is doing. Although I understand it is not that easy to bring something new, to bring something out of the box, but bringing disruptive technology or disruptive product is a sine qua non if you want to be 1% of top 1%. So the first book is 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. Second is $100 Startup. This is one of my favorite books. I read this book in 2016 and reading it again in 2019. This book is written by Chris Guillebeau. The book eliminates the doubt people encounter that startup cannot run without funding. Chris tells his life experience when he was fired from his job and he started selling mattresses on a customized bicycle. This eventually Chris turned into a big business without any funding. So the book removes the myth that funding is must for startup because it is not. Chris also emphasizes living a life on your own terms. The book also stresses on amalgamation of your passion and profession to make money by doing what you love. So after reading the book, there would be no excuses for anyone not to start one's business. The book also cites crucial insights from 50 ordinary people who started a business with $100 or less. So the second book was $100 Startup. Now, number 3 is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now, this book by Robert Kiyosaki can never get old. I read it when I was in school. This book still makes as much sense as it used to before. I think it is a go-to book for kids. It should be the first book a child should study from all the books on entrepreneurship and business. Robert Kiyosaki shares the story of his 2 dads, his real father, whom he calls his poor dad, and the father of his best friend, the man who became his mentor, and his rich dad. His real father was well educated, an employee all his life, and his friend's father education was street smartness over traditional classroom education, and he took the path of entrepreneurship, a road that led him to become one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. Robert's poor dad struggled financially all his life, and these 2 dads, having different points of view of money, investment and employment, shaped Robert Kiyosaki's thinking about money. Robert has challenged and changed the way tens of millions of people around the world think about money and investing, and he has become a global advocate for financial education and the path to financial freedom. So Rich Dad Poor Dad will give you some of the good points, like it will explore the myth that you need to earn a high income to become rich, which is not necessary. Second, challenge the belief that your house is an asset because it is not. Number 3, it will show parents why they can't rely on the school system to teach their kids, and it will also break some myth about money, and it will also define once and for all an asset and liability. What is your asset actually and what is your liability? Then this book will also explain the difference between good debt and bad debt. Then Rich Dad Poor Dad will also teach you to see the world of money from a different perspective. And finally, it will discuss the shift of mindset that can put you on the road to financial freedom. So number 3 was Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now come to number 4, The Intelligent Investor. So number 4 is The Intelligent Investor. The greatest investment advisor of the 20th century, Benjamin Graham taught and inspired people worldwide. Graham's philosophy of value investing, which shields investors from substantial error and teaches them to develop long-term strategies, has made The Intelligent Investor the stock market Bible ever since its original publication in 1949. Over the years, market developments have proven the wisdom of Graham's strategies while preserving the integrity of Graham's original text. The revised edition of this book includes updated commentary by noted financial journalists like Jason Zwing, whose perspective incorporates the realities of today's market, draws parallels between Graham's example and today's financial headlines, and gives readers a more thorough understanding of how to apply Graham's principle. So number 4 was The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Finally, the book number 5 is The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon is considered as the greatest of all inspirational works on the subject of thrift, financial planning, and personal wealth. Revealed inside are the secrets to acquire money, keeping money, and making money earn money for you to make more money. Providing financial wisdom through parables, The Richest Man in Babylon was originally a set of pamphlets written by author and distributed by banks and insurance companies. These pamphlets were later bundled together, giving birth to a book. In this new rendering by Charles Conrad, the classic tale is retold in clear, simple language for today's readers. These fascinating and informative stories set you on a sure path to prosperity and its accompanying joys. So number 5 was The Richest Man in Babylon by George Conrad. So these were the 5 books. Let us know if there's any other book which you think should be there in the list. Thanks for giving your time. Please like, subscribe, and share this content. We are going to come up with more such content. You can also write in the comment section what kind of content you want from us on entrepreneurship and startups. Thanks for giving your time. Goodbye.